The world watches in disbelief as the reverberations of powerful U.S. military strikes in Iran continue. These lightning-fast attacks, targeting Iran's nuclear facilities, have heightened global concerns about peace and security in the region. Yet, the true impact of these strikes remains shrouded in debate. Are we seeing a significant gap between claims and reality? Let's delve deeper. Maybe it wasn't a perfect hit. While major news outlets like CNN express doubts about the efficacy of the American operation, U.S. President Donald Trump stands firm on his assertions. This was one of the most successful military strikes in history. Iran's nuclear sites have been completely obliterated, Trump repeatedly declared. He further accused the media of attempting to demean his successful mission. President Trump, that hit was perfect. In the dark of night, with no moon, no light, no nothing, they hit the target perfectly. It's very disrespectful to those great geniuses and patriots that flew those planes through tremendous dangers. They made this magnificent hit possible. However, an early Pentagon intelligence assessment, recently leaked, presents a conflicting picture to President Trump's confident declarations. This preliminary evaluation suggests that the U.S. strikes have only set back Iran's nuclear program by a matter of months. The Islamic Republic's stockpile of enriched uranium was not eliminated in Saturday's bombings. The White House vehemently rejected this assessment, calling it flat-out wrong and claiming it was leaked by a low-level loser in the intelligence community attempting to discredit the president and the mission. The United States targeted 3 key Iranian nuclear facilities, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, using bunker-buster bombs, capable of penetrating 60 feet of concrete or 200 feet of earth. Yet, according to the Pentagon's intelligence assessment, Iran's centrifuges are largely intact, and the impact was primarily limited to above-ground structures. Entrances to 2 nuclear facilities were sealed off, and some infrastructure was destroyed or damaged, but much of the facilities, which are deep underground, reportedly escaped the brunt of the blasts. Anonymous sources told U.S. media it's estimated the attack only set Iran back a few months, tops, and that any resumption of its nuclear program may depend on how long it takes the country to dig out and make repairs. Sources also confirmed that some of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile was moved before the strikes. Hassan Abedini, the deputy political director of Iran's state broadcaster, claimed that the 3 sites targeted by the U.S. had been evacuated a while ago, and that Iran didn't suffer a major blow because the materials had already been taken out. U.S. officials, on the other hand, including Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, hailed the mission as a resounding success. Hegseth stated that based on everything we have seen, and I've seen it all, our bombing campaign obliterated Iran's ability to create nuclear weapons. However, U.S. Congressman Brad Sherman, a Democratic member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, told the BBC that the Trump administration was using vague terms to declare victory when it's still unclear what the bombing mission actually accomplished. He emphasized that the administration hasn't clarified whether the strikes destroyed Iran's ability to weaponize its uranium-enriching centrifuges, or depleted its stockpile, which he said would be enough to create 9 nuclear weapons. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also stated on Tuesday that since hostilities with Iran began on June 13, Israel has been successful in curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions and destroying its missile arsenal. We have removed 2 immediate existential threats to us, the threat of nuclear annihilation and the threat of annihilation by 20,000 ballistic missiles, Netanyahu said in video remarks. A report in Saudi news outlet Al-Hadath, citing an unnamed Israeli source, suggested Israel believes most of Iran's enriched uranium is buried under the rubble. David Albright, president of the Institute for Science and International Security and an expert on secret nuclear weapons development, stated that the damage Iran sustained from the U.S. attacks will mean it will take significant time, investment and energy for it to restore its nuclear program. In a post on X, Albright added that Iran is under intense scrutiny and observation from the United States and Israel, and it risks further attacks if it tries to rebuild. On Monday, Iran retaliated against the U.S. airstrikes by launching a missile attack on Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar, home to thousands of U.S. troops. That attack was largely intercepted, with no casualties or injuries reported. Following this escalation, an Iran-Israel ceasefire, brokered by President Trump and Qatari mediators, is now in place. The greatest victory is the triumph of peace, President Trump remarked, adding that he expects the ceasefire to hold for a long time. So, what's the current state of play? The extent to which Iran's nuclear program has been set back by this attack remains hotly debated. While efforts to neutralize a nuclear threat are underway, the complexities of regional politics continue to pose significant challenges. How long will this ceasefire last? Will Iran fully abandon its nuclear ambitions? Only time will tell. In an uncertain world, diplomacy and de-escalation remain the most crucial path forward. Let us hope for the persistence of peace and the resolution of conflicts.